There's that sun peeking, trying to come up. I know you're there. I see you. Yo, JC mounted job, baby. Woo! We're outside. It's early. I've started my day really early because there's a lot to do and there's something to talk about. Let's do it. Hey, Lo. JC here, sitting down at the desk. And I just wanted to share with you guys, I got a cool knife and I got a mail call. We're going to get started with the mail call first. This is a very well-respected gentleman in the knife community, and I've been anticipating his sticker for a little bit. We've corresponded a bit and even reached out personally, just to check on each other from time to time and share a little conversation. I've noticed that everyone's pretty open in the community, and conversations sometimes could lead to learning new stuff about knives, new stuff, that I've never heard of, ways of sharpening, ways of cleaning, so I'm all open and I'm all game to anybody and everybody. So commenters, thank you. Subscribers, thank you. Feel free to put those comments in my videos just so that I can learn from you all. Hopefully there's something that you can see and enjoy in my video. And here we go. I got a cool package in the mail, and it's from this guy, Sean over at Watch City Knives. And he signed it too, and I think that's a super, super cool thing to do, man. I'm going to take the stuff out of the box and we'll put it on the table. I like that he included these really cool lions and a story about jaguars. Heck yeah. I got a story about a jaguar. I'll probably share that with Sean, and then maybe down the road, me and you all will get into that. So he hooked me up with this, which has what I've been waiting for. Check this out. I got the old stickers and I got the new stickers. And that's very, very important to me because I've been watching Sean before his new stickers. I love the new stickers. It's got that awesome Case Stockman in there. I love the old sticker. Let me see. I'm gonna zoom up over here, take my glasses, and kind of peek at that Bowie knife that he's got there. I'm going to have to ask him more about that Bowie knife, but that looks pretty cool. You guys could see that right at the bottom of the watch. 2023 Watch City Knives. And then he busted out in 2025. And I'm digging it. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate your stickers. I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate the things that I learned from your channel. Now, if you haven't subscribed to this guy, go ahead and take a look at his channel. He's got new stuff. He's got old stuff. He's knowledgeable about what he talks about, and his perspective comes from a couple of different angles. Comes from the purchaser, comes from someone who's been around knives for a while to tell a little bit of history, and it comes from a person who's always appreciative. Now, I don't think I've ever heard him complain about anything in any of his videos. He's always positive, and he's always encouraging, and that's some good characteristics of people that I like to watch or hang out with. Now, it's never requested, but it's always appreciated. Now, he sent me a few gifts in the package, and one of them here is some Zippo flints for an awesome Zippo knife. Zippo lighter made in the USA. This one happens to be a 2023. I already took a peek. And sometimes Zippos are hard to take a look at on video for some reason. Nice 2023. Now, I haven't taken a look to see what year this is, but I was looking at the packaging, and it does not appear to me like it was You know, it seems to me like maybe he had this for a while, and that makes it more special to me because when you got something that you're holding on to and you just find that right time and that right person, that's pretty special. So these two Zippos and the Flints will be used, and they are appreciated, Mr. Sean. You are a good man, sir. And again, I'm going to stress that if you guys want to check out his channel, there's so many good things to see on his channel. And, you know, I really wouldn't steer you wrong. I'm not going to cover my coffee, but I am going to take a little sip. Oh, yeah. Now we're going to talk about Lion Steel, an Italian company coming up these days with some cool stuff. Now, this is an older model Lion Steel, and they call this one the Best Man 2. Could be found at Blade HQ. It's a little over $100. I first saw these Lion Steel knives on another channel. On this guy's channel. Jersey Knife Guy's channel. He's got quite a nice collection of Lion Steels, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe they're either called Barlows or close to Barlows in their style. And I was really interested in them because for some reason, you know, I know that we have traditional Barlows, you know, which come from traditional companies. And I know we have traditional sodbusters and trappers. And there's something about me that I'm always looking for something different, but traditional, right? A different take on an old traditional knife. And I think Lion Steel does really well bringing modern cutlery to a traditional way of making knives, I guess, you know? So I thought to myself, am I going to spend money on a Lion Steel knife and buy one knife? Well, actually, I came across this Best Man, which actually has two blades. And I thought, two blades are better than one, right? I can appreciate two blades. I sure can. And I can appreciate this right here. Now, let me see if I can get you guys all set up here. We have a overall open length of 6.6 inches. And here we are with our first sheep's foot with a swedge right in there. This nail nick is very, very, very deep and allows for an easy pull open. And that pull is a nice 7 pull, which makes me happy, leaning into the half stop. You're going to love it. And I totally dig when I see metal that you can see like the fibers of that metal. You can see the grain of the metal, you know. Just makes me feel like it's a nice piece of cutlery, a nice piece of metal. And this is the M3, the Böhler M390. I'm a big fan of it. I've been seeing it around in a couple of the knives that I've purchased. The sharpness is just very, very intense. And if you're wondering about M390, if I were to give you a little background on maybe something that it's close to, I would say that there's S30V, and above S30V is S30VN. And I would say that M3090 gets, you know, is pretty direct competition with S35VN. Of course, if you're looking it up, you're going to see what all of them say: wear resistant, corrosion resistant, but edge retention, man. I could get these M390 blades right out of the box and I could start cutting stuff up, and it's just amazingly, amazingly sharp. And of course, stropping it, ba-bam, gets right back. Unless you have some kind of damage to the blade, then I would consider like going into, you know, changing your way of sharpening, you know, other than stropping. I think it comes back rather quick with a strop, though, from the M390 experience that I've been having. So I like that. Fits right in the hand. So let's see. We can change from the sheep's foot, and there is, if you noticed, there's a nail nick on this side of the blade, and there's a nail nick on the other side of each of those blades, and you can open those blades from whichever direction you prefer. Now that sheep's foot's got a nice 6 pull on it, which is totally awesome. And then the strength of the pull drops down just slightly to a 5, I'd say, on this nice clip point. They both have, both sides, both blades have half stops. And again, this one feels great in the hand. Now it just cuts right down. It's not quite long to stick out and give me that full Mountain Man purchase that I like. I can choke up a little bit, which brings me closer to that sharp edge right there if I want to bring it all into like a fist. But I don't believe that I'd be using it that much, you know, to have to complain about it being a little short right there. To me, this is more of a, not a total all-day multi-use knife. More, I think I would carry this on occasion. For whatever I'd have to do during the day, you know. It can be a work knife just because it's got the 2 blades. One that's going to help you cut things down at that specific angle for cutting, like sheep's feet are good for. Or, you know, if you're going to be cutting some meals, you're out there hiking, making a meal, you're going to cut up your summer sausage, maybe some vegetables, or maybe even a steak if you're doing some outdoor hanging out, cooking. Great snap on those. This, well, they got flat grinds on the blades. Nice swedge there. Let's see. I'm going to bring it up close here for you guys and see that it says Lion Steel Italy M390. I don't believe there's anything on that side. We'll flip over to this side, and there's nothing on that side as well, too. All right, pretty cool, pretty cool. They also have these in carbon fiber. And let me check out those back springs. Those are some interesting back springs. I can feel that there is a rise. So this isn't straight flat, you know, 90 degrees. It has a rise in it about right there. And that probably gives strength to the pull, pushing back on the blade. The spring's pushing back on the blade. Now this blade spring protrudes out just a tad bit here and recesses on this side, as well as the protrusion on this side with the recess on that side, with the nice little deep recess in there protecting your blade near the pivot. It opens up to be very flush. There's no pride. And I would assume that there's no pride on the open of the clip point as well too. It matches up rather nice and evenly. And just a beautiful way that the springs are put together, with looks like some liners as well in there too. Steel liners. What's cool about this, looks like if you really had to, for whatever reason, you could probably take off the covers. So I suspect, you know, back in the day, we really couldn't take our knives apart very well. These days, since you have your, that looks to be about like a T6 on the screws there, the pivot screw. I doubt if I'll ever have to take these covers off, but you got a T6 down here as well too. And since I would probably most likely be using this to cut food, look at how beautiful that deep, wide channel is so that you can get in there and clean. I would imagine that I might have to take it apart, you know, to do some deep cleaning every once in a while, maybe some oiling. I tell you, this M390 is just absolutely amazing. I love it, man. I just love M390. I do. I'm going to be eating my celery here. M390s got a little disclosure and it says it's food grade approved. Man, I just love this. Well, I love this knife. It's great. Let's do the closed mountain hand test. Oh, I love that. Without a pocket clip, it's just so comfortable in my hand. I absolutely dig it. Let's open up the sheep's foot and see what that can do. Wow. I tell you, this is just amazing. So I'll be using this knife. You'll see it in some videos. You'll see some outdoor activity. You'll see some hiking. Throwing it in the pocket's going to be really easy. Let's take this slip from Arizona EDC. And let's see how it looks in the slip. Oh, yeah. You get a nice tight fit because it's 2 blades, so the springs are wider. You know, so making it a little thicker, a little wider, fits in your slip really well. You know it's not going to come out. You can pop it out, and there it is. Keeping it nice and safe in the slip is not a bad thing. Dropping it in your pocket's going to be just as fine. It's got like this finish on it, like a gunmetal look to it almost. And they call it the best man, you know, and I really haven't taken a look into reading why they call it the best man, but I would imagine that you could give this to your best man if you were to find yourself getting locked up. Anyways, I like this. I appreciate Sean giving the stickers, the gifts, and the friendship. I appreciate you all for hanging out with me, taking a look at this Lion Steel Best Man 2 modern traditional slip joint knife. And would I buy it? I am interested in buying one of the single blades, but for now, 2 blades is better for me. And it's a good introduction to Lion Steel knives for me, especially that M390. This is JC with Mountain Ajar.